Good morning, students. I am Raman Gupta from Government College Bara, and in this video, we'll study the novel, which is not for us, but detailed studies. Uh, the name of the novel is The Mayor of Casterbridge. The life and death of a man of character. The Mayor of Casterbridge. Casterbridge is a place, the name of a place, and the protagonist is the mayor of that place. So the story is very interesting, and let's begin. The Life and Death of a Man of Character is an 1886 novel by the English author Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy, who is known for Wessex novels, has written it. One of Hardy's Wessex novels, it is set in a fictional rural England with Casterbridge standing in for Dorchester in Dorset, where the author spent his youth. It was first published as a weekly serialization from January 1886. Let's see about the first edition and its authorship. Author is Thomas Hardy, as I told you. Illustrator is Robert Barnes, and the story is about England, United Kingdom. Okay. The novel is considered to be one of Hardy's masterpieces, although it has been criticized for incorporating too many incidents, a consequence of the author trying to include something in every weekly published installment. Hardy is known for his Tess of the D'Urbervilles also. So there are some novels for whom for which Hardy is famous, and this novel is one of them. Okay, the next point is plot summary. We'll see the plot, the story, all the incidents, the plays. This novel is criticized for having too many incidents. At a country fair near Casterbridge in Wessex, Michael Henchard is the protagonist of the novel. A 21-year-old hairdresser argues with his wife Suzanne. The name of his wife was Suzanne. Drunk on rum laced fumity, he auctions her off. He sells his wife Suzanne by auction. In an auction, he sells his wife along with their baby daughter Elizabeth Jane to Richard Newson, and to whom he sold it? To Richard Newson, a passing sailor, for 5 guineas, and just for 5 guineas. Sober and remorseful, the next day he is too late to locate his family. He vows not to touch liquor again for 21 years. These are numerical key points of the novel, which are generally asked in objective type questions, that for how many years he vowed to stop consuming liquor, and that was 21 years. Believing the auction to be legally binding, Suzanne lives as Newson's wife for 18 years. After Newson is lost at sea, Suzanne, lacking any means of support, decides to seek out Henchard again. taking her daughter with her. Now, after 18 years, when Suzanne saw that Newson was lost in a sea storm, now there was no binding for her, so she came back to Henchard with her daughter. Suzanne has told Elizabeth Jane little about Henchard, and the young woman knows only that he is a relation by marriage. Suzanne discovers that Henchard has become a very successful hay and grain merchant and mayor of Casterbridge. Known for his staunch sobriety, he has avoided explaining how he lost his wife, allowing people to assume he is a widower. Now, Henchard pretended to be a widower in public. When the couple are reunited, Henchard proposes remarrying Suzanne after a sham courtship. This, in his view, being the simplest and most discreet way to remedy matters and to prevent Elizabeth Jane learning of their disgrace. To do this, however, he is forced to break off an engagement with a woman named Lucetta Templeman. He had relationship with Lucetta Templeman, who had nursed him when he was ill. Donald Farfrae, a young and energetic Scotsman passing through Casterbridge, helps Henchard by showing him how to salvage substandard grain he has bought. Henchard takes a liking to the man, persuades him not to emigrate, and hires him as his corn factor, rudely turning away a man named Job, to whom he had already offered the job. Farfrae is extremely successful in the role and increasingly outshines his employer. When he catches the eye of Elizabeth Jane, Henchard dismisses him and Farfrae sets himself up as an independent merchant. Farfrae conducts himself with scrupulous honesty, but Henchard is so determined to ruin his rival that he makes risky business decisions that prove disastrous. Suzanne falls ill and dies shortly after the couple's remarriage, leaving Henchard a letter to be opened on the day of Elizabeth Jane's wedding. She left a letter for Henchard, but there was a condition written on the letter that it should be opened only on the day of Elizabeth Jane's marriage or wedding, not before then. Henchard reads the letter, which is not properly sealed, and learns that Elizabeth Jane is not in fact his daughter, but Newson's. This was a shock to him. He came to know that Elizabeth Jane was not his own daughter. His own daughter had died already, and this Elizabeth Jane was the daughter of Suzanne and Newson. They had named her the same. As Elizabeth Jane having died as an infant, Henchard's new knowledge causes him to behave coldly towards the second Elizabeth Jane. Now his behavior changed. Elizabeth Jane accepts a position as companion to Lucetta, a newcomer unaware that he had had a relationship with Henchard, which resulted in her social ruin. Now wealthy after receiving an inheritance from her aunt, and learning that Henchard's wife had died, Suzanne Lucetta has come to Casterbridge to marry him. Now, Lucetta, when she came to know that Henchard's wife had died, she came there to Casterbridge to marry Henchard. However, on meeting Farfrae, she becomes attracted to him and he to her. And she got attracted towards Henchard more than Farfrae more than Henchard. And Farfrae was also attracted. The attraction was reciprocal. So the next points, rest of the part of the novel we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.